Pack your camping gear because we're headed to the woods for another backcountry slasher in today's episode. Welcome to Sick Flicks, where I take a deep dive into the cinematic sewer to help you embrace your inner gore geek. I'm Mike Bracken, aka the Horror Geek, and today we're tackling Andrew Davis's early slasher flick, The Final Terror. Made in 1981, but not released until 1983, this one is pretty much exactly what you'd expect from an early 80s slasher flick. Teens go to the woods, get stranded, run into a murderous madman, and get knocked off in all sorts of interesting ways. It's Slasher 101, basically. But enough about that. Can this madman off enough campers to earn a coveted 5 barf bag rating? Let's get to the gore and find out. Oh, and before we get started, today's video is sponsored by patrons Andreas Buckley, who does the greatest Kirk Van Houten impression I've ever heard, David J. Thompson, and Joe Rellahan. If you'd like to help sponsor some videos and free me from the shackles of YouTube's tyranny, you'll find a link to my Patreon in the pinned comment and description below. And now, let's get bloody. Oh, look, we open this week with an explanation card. Apparently, the original film prints were destroyed sometime back in the 1980s. Crazy that they do things like this. And in the movie proper, we're already off to a tremendous start. I guess we could call these tree establishing shots. Yes, movie, we get it. This is the forest. Oh dear, this live-action Bambi sucks. More trees? Oh, hi there. Hey guys, we're coming! Don't start the movie without us! And slow-mo. Oh yeah, that's basically how every motorcycle ride in my life has ended. You know, honey, maybe next time we should wear helmets. Fun fact, they shot this scene after they'd finished principal photography. No idea why. Oh, come on, walk it off, you wimp. I've gotten worse shin scrapes from the knurling on my deadlift bar. No lie, that Rogue Ohio deadlift bar is like a cheese grater. Shit's no joke. Run, Forrest! Which has double meanings, and she's actually running in a forest. Haha, I got her to run back to town while I just chill here, surrounded by nature. What a sucker. Oh, thank God, I couldn't hold it any longer. These deer better get a starring credit. A lot of running here. Getting Cannibal Campout flashbacks. Hey, where'd he go? She's sporting like the updated Florence Henderson do here. Do you kids even remember Mrs. Brady's weird mullet? Christ, I'm old. I know if I keep looking, I'll find the plot of this movie around here somewhere. And jump scare. Oh yeah, this inversion thing is really decompressing my spine. I feel great. She flees right into this booby trap.
Hell yeah.
No, not like that, you pervs. This actual booby trap. So when exactly did Redneck MacGyver have time to do all of this? And death by metal can lids. That's a new one for this show. Hey, it's the legendary AIP founder Samuel Z. Arkoff. And pretty low effort title card. I mean, would you expect more from Sam Arkoff? Probably not. I don't think this was the final terror either. The terror seemed to be ongoing at this point. If you're going to give us a sign establishing shot, you should probably light it well enough for us to read. Hey, starring Adrian Zmed. Many people think Grease 2 was Zmed's first feature film, but this was actually shot before that film, but didn't come out until later. Whoa, Daryl Hannah. Will she be a mermaid or an assassin in this one? So, as I mentioned earlier, this film was shot in 1981, but didn't get released until 1983. The 83 release was designed to cash in on Zmed and Hannah's newfound fame. Hannah for her work in Blade Runner and Zmed for the aforementioned Grease 2. Hey, here's Rachel Ward, who was also in Sharky's Machine, Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid, and Against All Odds. What? Joe Pantoliano? Joey Pants is in this? Man, what a cast for a low-budget slasher. Worth noting that writer Neil Hicks wrote several screenwriting books along with the script for Turkey Shoot, which we covered a year or so back. Directed by Andrew Davis. Davis went on to quite a career from this film. He helmed Seagal's Above the Law and Under Siege, Chuck Norris's Code of Silence, and the big screen Harrison Ford reboot of The Fugitive. Here's Adrian Zmed, mouthing some wood.
Hell yeah.
No, I meant he's chewing on this pencil. And look out, because he's about to get jump scared. By God, one of the bushwhackers is locked in the sleeper hold. Oh yeah, delivering you the best Jim Ross impersonation since 2019. This guy might want to wash his clothes. I think they could stand on their own at this point. So that's Joey Pants, who reportedly came to his audition in character. No word on how bad his actual BO was. So, you want a spoon or what? Turns out there will be no spooning because this dude's gonna give him a DIY circumcision. God, even Adrian Zmed doesn't like eggers. I'll see you ladies later. Also, check out the pecs on that bird in the poster. Anyway, in the next scene, this guy sums up my thoughts on the movie so far.
Man, this whole thing is bullshit.
Headband and rolled sleeves? Definitely the 80s. Bet he's got on leg warmers, just out of frame. And then the meeting breaks with some solid life advice.
Calling Dennis. Wear some underwear.
Preferably clean ones, and that doesn't mean you just turn them inside out. Anyway, out in the garage, Edgar is not happy about this change in plans.
Hey, Watson, what's going on, man? I just got ordered a change in plans. We're gonna go to Mill Creek instead of Wolf Creek.
Well, we can't go to Wolf Creek. Mick Taylor's out there killing people. Also, why does the guy in the green vest kind of look like a young James Woods from the side? I love how committed Joey Pants is to the role. Even his teeth are dirty. Yeah, gonna tell Sterling this is the Magic School Bus. Really, this looks more like an 80s sex comedy than a horror movie, if I'm being honest. Daryl Hannah with the braids, and it's time for a sing-along. But oddly, it's not 99 bottles of beer on the wall. And Sarah, any thoughts on this performance?
It stinks.
I agree, but let's just be safe and get a second opinion.
Oh, this is crap.
Glad we're all on the same page. God, yeah, these guys really know how to party. This is definitely not the Bang Bus. Eggers is like, you can call me the bus driver because I'm taking your ass to school. Or because I'm driving a bus. Take your pick. Alright guys, according to this map, the interesting shit in this movie is just up ahead. Hey, eyes on the road! Amazon Basics, James Woods looks as exasperated as I feel. Hey, there's a mental health center out here. I'm sure that's no big deal. Oh yeah, look, it's a bridge too far. Look at the steering radius on this thing. Handles like a sports car. Wait a minute, is Daryl Hannah wearing lederhosen? I think this might be Tubbs from Miami Vice going undercover to catch a gang of moonshiners. Man, check out his cans.
Hell yeah.
No, the cans of peaches. Looks like everyone's branching out. Aw, these busy little beavers are building a dam. Dude with a chainsaw. And if a lifetime of watching horror movies has taught me anything, it's that's gonna be Chekhov's chainsaw in the third act. Anyway, Eggers is trying out to be the new Verizon guy.
You all hear me now?
Man, that reference feels extremely dated these days. Later that night, I don't want to scare anyone, but I'm going to give it to you straight about Jason. His body was never recovered from the lake after he drowned. Oh wait, he's just basically karaokeing Slick Rick's children's story.
So once upon a time, not too long ago,
when people wore pajamas and lived life slow. So this story sounds like a campfire tale about a crazy mother and son, but it's probably going to be important later. Now Eggers is out. Probably has to pick up some kids and get them to class. Hey, when did this morph into a Claudio Fragasso movie? Oh, hey, maybe it is Tubbs undercover for a drug bust.
Stealing weed ain't like taking candy from a grocery store.
And now we can watch Adrian Zmed try out for the NWO Wolfpack. Needs some work. Much better. Oh, look, it's pigs in a blanket for any wild bears that wander through. Oh, God, is she gonna put his hands in hot water and make him wet himself? Alright, I know what will liven this movie up. Wet t-shirt contest. Bad news is Adrian Zmed never made it back to camp. So, time for a search party. Why do I feel like someone's gonna be squealing like a pig soon?
Marco!
Polo! Yeah, definitely getting Predator vibes right now. Mostly in that I wish I was watching Predator instead of this. And all they find is a bloody do-rag. It's red, so I guess the Crips got him. God, I thought those guys would never leave. Now I can enjoy my Irish coffee in peace. Oh, great. Did they all split up? Because that seems like an excellent plan. This way they can all get lost faster. He's searching real hard for Adrian Zmed. Maybe he's at the bottom of this stream. Wait, is she British? Is this budget Kelly LeBrock?
Well, unfortunately, we're all on this trip together.
And jump scare. I guess they might find Marco if he's hiding in her shorts. Boy, those opening deaths sure feel like a lifetime ago.
I will remember you.
It'd be nice if someone actually died in this slasher movie. And you know how it goes. Nothing attracts slasher killers like people hooking up in the woods. And this is no exception. Well, that or he pinched a nerve in his back. I ain't gonna tell Sterling this is the Miami Vice reboot. Oh, look, they found the Evil Dead cabin. I'm pretty sure the raft goes in the water. Not gonna be a lot of use here. And here's where Ash buried his girlfriend after he chopped her head off with a shovel. Nothing in here but a creepy old book. I have seen a lot of horror movies, and nothing good ever comes from walking into a decrepit cabin in the woods. Oh, hey, the black guy wasn't the first to die, by the way. Good on this one for bucking tradition. And here comes a jump scare. Oh god, all this stuff probably has lice and ticks all through it. Now a spirited game of grab ass breaks out. Hey, I know those peaches. This is Eggers' place. $20 says Eggers is a cross-dressing killer just like in Psycho.
It's Edgar.
And he agrees with me. Seems too obvious though. Oh sweet, I bet we can get Casey Kasem on this thing. That night, back at camp, it looks like they've got a visitor. This thing might be a Sasquatch. Oh, your hair. It's so soft. Do you use Prel? And he was a great guard. Thing totally got into camp without him noticing. Anyway, things calmed down eventually. What did I tell you about bopping the bishop so hard? You sprained your wrist. And look who's back. It's Adrian Zmed. Presented for the approval of the Midnight Society, I call tonight's movie The Final Terror. Man, where'd they get all the British chicks in this movie?
We have Romeo and Juliet lost in the woods somewhere, a driver who's an absolute lunatic.
Thanks, Your Royal Highness. Would you like your tea and crumpets? Alright, just gonna head out here and take the Browns to the Super Bowl. Probably ate too many of those damn enchiladas.
Some damn enchiladas!
Yeah, it's pretty dark in here, but I definitely advise against lighting a match. And too bad, but this place is already occupied. This guy's like, stop screaming. It's not like you've never seen a turd before. Anyway, he's got a bulletproof strategy for surviving this film.
You people want to survive this thing. You gotta start looking and thinking like the forest.
Lance Henriksen? What do you think of this plan to start thinking and acting like the forest?
That's the stupidest fucking thing I ever heard.
Oh my god, that sounds like the opening notes of the castle music in Super Mario World. Hey, who you calling a mother clucker? I cannot wait for someone in the comments to tell me that's a rooster. Like I would ever let that get in the way of a joke. Wow, now it's just Red Dawn. Wolverines! This new version of Metal Gear really sucks so far. Cabin establishing shot. Why does the black guy have to go in by himself? And whoever the killer is, he's pulling a Klaus Kinski because he's got this girl trapped in the crawl space. Oh look, he's got Thing in a jar. This makes it easier to lend a hand. And since they didn't find anything, I guess this is as good a time as any for some rafting. Guys, you're supposed to get in it, not carry it down the river. Back at the cabin, our killer is courting Melanie. Here, milady, try on my fedora. And definitely Deliverance vibes now. You know, what's missing is some dueling banjos. Forest establishing shot. But they're not out of the woods yet, literally or figuratively, because our killer is stalking them. Anyway, this is a really relaxing trip down the street. Oh god, what the hell? Oh sure, the corpse gets to ride in the boat while we all pool. Nice. Alright everyone, remember, bury your poop. While they're digging, this guy is thinking some deep thoughts. If it's 22, 33, and 44, shouldn't 11 actually be 1T1? Row, row, row your boat. Hey, look, it's the bus! And I don't mean Jerome Bettis. Guys, it's a bus. You don't have to sneak up on it. But this guy's on the same page as Admiral Akbar.
It's a trap.
Looks empty to me. And it is empty. So why are they not hotwiring this thing and getting back to civilization? Oh, because the keys are in it. But the battery is dead.
No juice.
Oh, here's the problem. Your Fetzer valve has a tremendous buildup of gunk. Gonna need some gauze bandages and some WD-40 to get this thing back on the road. Anyway, they're stuck, but I like Daryl Hannah's idea. Cabin establishing shot. Don't ask me why, we're not anywhere near it. Oh look, it's Eggers! This movie wasn't even trying to be coy. It seems way too obvious, so I'm totally expecting a swerve. And I think I'm right, because someone's on the roof of the bus. Hey, mind if I ask you some questions? And everyone gets out the emergency exit, so no one dies again. Great. I guess we should give them props for shooting at night here. This is definitely not blue filter mid-afternoon. Of course, I can't see who anyone is, but sure. And Daryl's lost. I bet she wishes she had her katana. And then she gets jumped. Oh, that guy's a real pain in the neck. Shame they left the first aid kit back on the bus. But I guess those home ec sewing classes are finally going to pay off. By dawn, they made the boneheaded decision to kill Eggers instead of get out of the woods. I'm sure this will work out great. Yeah, there's like 13 minutes left in this thing, but take your time. No rush. Nothing's happening anyway. Oh, sweet Jesus, will something please happen? Sure, let's stop for some tree cosplay. Hey, David Caruso, what do you want to say to director Andrew Davis for wasting our time here?
Hey, fuck you.
Looks like they're getting ready to start a black metal band. Wait, Zorich came with gear to climb a redwood? We are just making it up as we go. Anyway, Adrian Zmed is about to meet our villain. Looks like Adrian is choking in his big moment. Literally. But here come the reinforcements. Oh yeah, they're stomping Egger like a narc at a biker rally. But here comes the swerve. He wasn't the killer. Turns out the campfire story about the baby and the mother and all that in the first act was actually true. Man, they are going all Lord of the Flies on Joey Pants. And down goes Zorich. Here's our killer. But she sets off their booby trap, just like Predator. It looks like he's about to log in. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. And it looks like she got their point. And panning tree shot. Then cue credits. Guess we didn't really need any explanation. So, what do we learn from the final terror? Hell if I know. I mean, I guess you can assemble legit Hollywood talent and still make a pretty paint-by-the-numbers slasher. In the film's defense, this was made in 1981, when slashers were still very new and all these tropes were still pretty fresh. And as a sort of early example of the form, we see a lot of things here that will become staples, like people killed having sex, bad things happening in the woods, the save the cat sin at the heart of most horror films, and so on. But enough about that. Can this crazy killer off enough young adults to earn a coveted 5 barf bag rating? Not on your life, but let's go to the gore card. In terms of gross anatomy, this one is pretty average. We're treated to a non-romantic penetration, one slit throat, some severed heads and guts, a neck stabbing, Zorich falling to his doom, and one log impalement. The effects are okay, but there's not enough splatter here to give the final terror anything more than a 2 barf bag rating. This one's not particularly sick, but it is an interesting piece of horror history. Looking for another Woodlands horror flick? Then be sure to check out my review of Just Before Dawn. You'll find a link here on the screen. I'll meet you over there. Until next time, I'm Mike Bracken, aka The Horror Geek, bringing you all the splatter that matters.